just an outstanding person. I'll read a little bit about Colonel. Colonel Houston served 23 years on active duty in the United States Marine Corps. He flew over 160 combat missions in Vietnam. He was a member of the elite group of pilots who flew Marine One, the helicopter of the President of the United States. He flew President Kennedy on Marine One. From 1979 to 1988, Colonel Houston was the instructor of the Junior ROTC program at Greenup County High School. He and his lovely wife, Ellen, have been very active in this community and have continued to contribute greatly to everyone in Greenup County. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Colonel Vance Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm very humbled to have been asked to do this today. Because honestly, I think there were some wonderful, wonderful folks that went away to war, to the Vietnam War, that never had any recognition. And I'm just so thrilled that this group is being dedicated to all of them today. So this is not about me. This is about all of those that served in Vietnam. 58,000 names that appear on the wall in Washington, D.C., and 9 names that appear on our own war memorial up the road. And many of these families I did not know. And I want to, as a part of our celebration here today, I want to list all of these names that appear on the memorial. Saturday, I had my own little service up there as I reviewed these names. Most of them I did not know. And then yesterday, most of us went to church, and one of the things that was really blessed me was nobody asked me to do we are really blessed.
Yeah.
My two grandchildren are here from China, and I remember when we visited them in Beijing. As we were getting ready for church, my son came to me and he said, "Don't forget to take your passport and your passport. You'll have to show it to get into church." So really what we're celebrating today is we have freedom where we don't have to show our passport when we go into church. And these are the folks that we need to honor today. Carlos Wayne Cornett, Robert Melvin Fletcher, Robert Eugene Harris, Michael Lee Hogg, William Larry Law, Owen Raymond Montgomery, Timothy Ray, Robert Franklin Riggle, and Curtis Ray Riley. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah.
I was speaking earlier today about a mission that we had in Vietnam where there was a big surge going on in the north. Roger Osborne is here, and he was a part of that surge up on the DMZ in Vietnam. We were meeting airliners at Da Nang, and we didn't even put our seats up. The kids came in and sat on their sea bags on the floor. One row, 6 passengers in the seats. We carried close to 200 passengers and took them up and landed them on a temporary, or a rector set, I call it, airfield, temporary, up near the DMZ. Away they would go, they'd turn their sea bags in, or a truck and go right into the. We daisy chained six aircraft. One aircraft would take off and get out of the way at Dong Ha, and another one would land. We'd go back to Penang and we'd pick up another load right off the airliner from Southern California. Away we would go back up to Dong Ha, cycle. We got back and my flight crew went back to go to bed, and at about 11 o'clock that night we were exhausted, and they came and got me. And they said, Major Houston, we need your crew to go up on an emergency medevac to Dong Ha. Get them all together, we go out, get on the C-130, go back where we had landed about 6 times during the day. I remember it was a full moon. I remember we dropped the ramp. Back door went up, the side door went open. I remember looking up there and seeing the full moon and feeling the breeze come through as they were bringing on the wounded. I was just checking to make sure the litters were correct on both sides of the aircraft, and a young man reached out and he grabbed my shoulder. Major, do you remember me? He had a grievous head wound on his head, bloody, and he was about shoulder height. And I looked at that young Lance Corporal and I said, no son, we've done many loads today, and no, I don't recall. Why should I remember? Well, Major, you brought me up here this morning. It wasn't very many days later that we were diverted into Wei Fu Bai, and they didn't tell us why we were going in, but they sent us over to Graves Registration. And they told us to put up the seats and get the deck clear in the back of our aircraft. And here they started to come out on litters in the green plastic bags with the zippers. Some of them were expanded bags. Some of them didn't smell very well. They'd been out in the bush for quite a while. And they strapped 25 young men to the deck of our aircraft to take them to meet an airliner at Da Nang to drop them off and send them home. I turned the aircraft over as we made the trip from Wei Fu Bai to Da Nang, and I walked back there in the cargo compartment as my co-pilot flew the aircraft. Very, very quiet. You could just hear the engines drone. And I remember walking down through these litters, and I remember picking up labels attached to the end of the zippers. Some young man from Omaha, Nebraska. Mama doesn't even know he's dead. Somebody else over here from Salt Lake City, Utah. Mom and Dad don't know that he's dead. And the stench was horrendous. I'll never forget that the rest of my life. What that did to me as a person. Knowing the aggravation that people that went to the Vietnam War had to endure when they came home. The war was not a popular war. We were told to not wear our uniforms because of the consequences of somebody pouring paint on us. Somebody calling us a baby killer, somebody calling us a murderer. And you know what? Not a single person that I know of volunteered to go to Vietnam. Volunteered for military service, but not necessarily to go to Vietnam. So what a thrill it is now to go into an airport and have somebody whisper in your ear if you're wearing a Marine hat. Thank you for your service. So what thrills me so much today is we're saying by dedicating this bridge, thank you for your service.
Yeah. Yeah.